This is going to be overhead tricep extensions using a cable tower. The first thing you need to make sure of is that you set the correct height on your cables. Now the height of this is going to depend on the attachment you're using. So I'm first going to show you what I have with the rope here, and then I'm going to show with a V handle as well, because the size of your handle is going to change where you need to set it. So with the rope, it's going to be a little bit lower. I'm starting it off somewhere right above my belly button where this cable comes out. But what you're really looking for is when I am holding the end of this rope and I am in my starting position, is the weight resting or are my muscles having to hold it slightly off of the weight rack? So in this position here, if I lean forward just a little bit, I can hold and hover the weight without touching down. So that's my perfect point, because you can see how good of an elbow bend I'm able to get at the back of this. Now I'm going to let my hands make sure that they can get to at least the back of my neck and below my ears. And that's going to be where my starting depth is going to be. That's the most important part, because we want to make sure we're getting a great big stretch out of this. The whole point of this exercise is to stretch those triceps up and around the shoulders and then from the elbows. So with my ropes, I'm starting at the neck. I want to keep my elbows relatively close to my head. It doesn't have to be perfect like earmuffs, but I don't want them to flare way out here either and end up being a shoulder press. The closer, the harder the exercise will be. But I'm going to choke up. I'm going to float the weight. I want to make sure I flex my glutes. That way I'm not just loading up on my low back. And as I press, I want to press straight up and back if my shoulder mobility will allow it. So basically the whole time, this cable should not hit you in the back of the head. Or if it does, it's going to be very, very light. So that's from the side. From the front, you'll see how much depth I'm really getting. And I'm keeping my elbows relatively close. Again, the closer it is, the harder it'll be. So if you want to get closer for the sake of your elbows being comfortable, then you need to lower the weight. Now, if I'm going to use something like a V-bar or a straight bar, it's not nearly as long as the ropes. So I'm going to want to go off of the same measures that I just had. I want my hands to be starting at the back of my neck, and I can float the weight. However, I don't want to have to fight this thing to get it up and over my head like that every single time, because that's just wasting energy. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to go about 2 notches up for myself. I want to make sure I can just bend my knees a little bit, and then I'm there. Once I straighten out, this is a little bit high, but I can always back up and lean forward. And again, close elbows, press up, and make sure that that cable is not hitting you in the back of the head. That way you're forcing a great big stretch. Then my hands will come down right behind my neck and below my ears every time.